a family that started a paintbrush company, okay? And you're going to see the obstacles they overcome. But what I really want you to see is the father at the trade show towards the end. I want you to see how he closes the deals. In the second segment, we're going to look at a husband and a wife who have a company. It's called a sippy cup or something like that. I can't remember, La cup, but it's a sippy cup. But what I want you to see from them are the obstacles and the things that they overcame. Their business slowed down, but they still overcame the things that they needed to overcome, continuing to produce product, continuing to develop product, and continuing to do the things that they had to do to keep their business successful. So tonight's training is going to be just a little bit different as we wrap up the digital business card. We will take questions and answers at the end, but one thing you have to learn about being in business, and all of you need to start learning this very rapidly. Quit depending on others to get you where you need to go. Quit making excuses about why you can't do something and start figuring out what you've got to do the things to get you where you need to be. It's amazing to me that we've got some people doing 6 figures, some people doing high 5 figures, and some people that just barely do anything. And the reason I say that is all of you have the same opportunity, the same product, the same tools to go out and sell. I get this every single day. Well, if I could just do this, or if I could just do this, or if we just had this, or if we had this add-on, I know I could go out and make sales. I sell 6 buttons. I don't add on anything. I go out every day. My guys go out and sell and do the things they need to do and make things happen. And you know why you guys don't know what's going on in the group? Because you're too busy discussing where you're from. I'm not talking about tonight where you're from. I want to talk to you tonight about where you got to go. I saw an amazing chat in the Facebook group today, and it was talking about the birthday reminder, and the discussion is how do you get it out, and how do you put it out, and where it works from, and all that, and the thing that amazed me about that 3 or 4 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I actually think I brought it up again last week for someone specifically at the end of one of the trainings. We talked about the birthday reminder and how it's connected to the texting program. And I went through an entire series of how you can go out and sell nothing but the birthday reminder to sell text. Focus is the key to life. Without focus, we get nowhere. Without laser targeting, we don't know where we're going. And at the end of the day, it's always someone else's problem or someone else's fault, or it's the things around us. If I've heard it once in the last 2 months, is the weather. You're going to see in this one segment where, well, no, we're not going to watch that segment, but the people get up and go to work in 4 foot of snow. They still got product to go out. So let's get started tonight with the little Shark Tank preview here. And I hope we're going to be right on target. where we need to be. I'm going to bring this back about to 2 minutes, and I'm going to start it at 2 minutes over here. I'm going to try to do this simultaneously. But it may be of just a fraction. Just a fraction. But you'll still get it.
I thought, this is a great product. It is something that's novel, it's inexpensive, it covers a broad cross-section of people that will buy it and need it, and it was something that we could make and market easily. Woo!
Give me 1 second. I'm going to catch it up here.
I'd love to propose a toast to everybody here for all your help and support. Sal and I are cousins.
Me and Anthony, we grew up in the same neighborhood together.
But together we're like brothers. To the paintbrush cover, Liquid Concepts, and everyone involved. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Prior to Shark Tank, it was a little bit of a struggle. We knew the product worked. We knew everyone would love it. It was just hard to get it out there. We had done about $40,000 in sales, sold about 25,000 total units. Since Shark Tank, numbers have absolutely exploded. We're over 500,000 units sold, over $2 million in retail sales. It's just been an incredible ride in such a short period of time.
Listen, we're going to have all that inventory and numbers as far as what we had done, all right?
Almost immediately after striking a deal with Lori, she brought up the fact that we need to change the packaging. That was the last thing I wanted to hear.
I had a little bit of a different reaction. I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Let's change the packaging, whatever we have to do to sell paintbrush covers. So Lori's coming in, and she's going to try to hopefully help us to negotiate what would be the best package for our brand.
Immediately after I made a deal with the paintbrush cover guys on Shark Tank, we talked about the fact that the packaging really needs to change.
Hey, Lori!
Hey, guys! Hi! I've worked many hours with the graphic designer, and I think I have something that's really great. So I just need to convince them now and hopefully get a decision made. You know, I always love when we get together and we brainstorm and we talk about things. But today's a serious conversation because we got to change packaging. Like, we really have to do something about it because, while I'm not saying there's anything really horrible about it, it's just not strong enough. It's not what we're going to need to really get into retail and really take it to the level that's important. I know that there's been some reluctance to change it.
I'm definitely emotionally attached to it. I helped create it along with Anthony, and I thought we did a great job on it.
It's okay. It's
All
okay
this
for
time
guys.
You didn't say anything.
No, it's okay for guys that don't do packaging and try their best to do packaging. But it's not professional. It's not, in my opinion.
That's a good point.
It's just not.
Look, there's some cute elements, but you can't read that very well. It's hard to see.
Can't read it from here.
Right.
Really?
And really, when you're walking down the aisle in a store, you need to see it like instantly, and you need to understand it in a second.
Laura, question for you.
Yeah.
When we were on Shark Tank, did it jump off the page immediately? Wow, great product, horrible packaging? Or did
Yes.
you really? It was that bad?
I'm sorry. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, right? It doesn't do you any favors, and I've got a lot of years of experience with this. We have a business to run. You want this product to be really successful. We're not going to do it with this. This won't make it.
Well, we didn't pick the blue out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, Stout, right? When we went into Home Blue, you were with us.
They put a lot of blue on it.
There was no blue on the shelves. It was a color that we felt really popped.
And that is true. I mean, this is a pretty blue. I do like this blue. But I think sitting next to a bright red, like a cherry tomato red, the red is going to pop more.
But we've been branding ourselves as the blue and yellow for 3 years. I mean, I don't want to bore you with details, but I have like a laundry list of just business concerns.
I understand that, but when we look at our numbers, it's the right time to make that change. This is a unique product. And I would tell you honestly, if I thought we were going to get hurt, but I think we're going to get hurt by this packaging more than by changing it. I want to hand you guys out certain renditions that we've done just to show you, just so you can see a comparison. So each one has a modern, updated logo. Then it's really bold, so you really see paintbrush cover. That's our brand, that's our name, that's what this is, right? I think red pops even stronger than the blue. Red just really, that's why stop signs are red.
I just don't see my product being red. I'm not really loving the red right now.
You're not
Well,
loving
here,
the
look,
red.
let's go like this. How about this? To me, this looks like
You
a real
see it.
product.
Yeah, but
Well,
to
you
be
see
fair,
it
I
because
agree with
it's
you.
modern.
I agree with you. It's not fair apples to apples, because I will
Well,
agree.
that's-
No, it's not.
They don't agree about anything. And it's really imperative that we make a decision and we make it now. The future of the company all depends on it. You guys have a big decision to make, really. I've made my decision, so I'm leaving it with you guys. It's, I realize, sensitive. You don't all agree right now, but I'm really going to need to know in the next couple of days because we have so much at stake. We have the retailers waiting. We have the trade shows we have to sign up for, or we're going to miss another year. Time is now. They've got to make a decision. It's absolutely critical to our success. They're not going to get a second chance.
All right, guys. I mean, seriously speaking, what are we going to do?
Honestly, I don't know. I just don't see how this red is going to work.
You're saying honestly. I don't think you're being as
No, I'm
honest.
being honest.
Why a color
There's
change?
a lot more to it,
It's
though.
not
It's
recognizable.
complete opposite. It's the
If
complete
you're
opposite.
looking down an aisle looking for the paintbrush cover, you're thinking blue and yellow, blue and yellow. You're not thinking red.
So you're saying that you're unrecognizable the minute you change.
I'm not
Can't
saying
change.
that.
You just.
But I'm saying, how many people do you think when they were ready to click buy on the website the night we went on Shark Tank stopped? Because they said, you know what? This product, as good as it sounds like it is, I don't like the packaging, I'm not going to buy it.
Oh,
Zero.
All right, we built it. We sold it. We sold plenty, and I get it. You like it and whatnot, but we haven't sold that many.
How about when we were picking the colors?
Yeah.
Did we not all go to Home Depot and you were like, look how this pops? How did you quickly just go, yeah,
Yeah,
red
just like
sound,
that.
like
Just
without
like
even giving any
sold
thought to
out
the
on
business
us.
sense behind it?
I'm changing it on the advice of an expert that's telling us that this isn't what it needs to be.
But we have a few weeks to get this all completely revamped. Do you realize what an undertaking that is? We could potentially be at our first 2 trade shows and not even have product here. This could be a nightmare.
All I know is everything we did so far that we had to overcome, we overcame.
I'm
Very
not
simply
saying we
speaking.
can't do it.
So-
I'm just making sure that you've
Right.
thought of all
No,
this. Because
listen.
sometimes I feel like I'm the only one that's thought of this.
You're not
Don't make it-
professionals in
No,
the
but I'm not
packaging.
saying don't make it change.
Okay,
It's like- it's like starting over.
So
It's
what?
like starting
totally
from scratch.
starting over.
You say
It's like everything we did
so
for
you're
the last
saying
3
right.
years.
We can still bring
No,
those to the trade show.
They show the blue, though, and everybody knows
I'm
that.
out.
That we,
I'm out of
you
here.
mean to tell me we
Oh,
can't
bro,
show that
listen,
at the
yo,
trade show?
tell me
for
when
still
you wanna
blue and yellow?
talk red.
You don't get it.
No, but you can still show the
Listen,
blue,
listen.
though, and everybody knows that.
That we,
You know what? Call me when you want to talk red.
you don't get it.
Lloyd leaves the 3 of us in charge of trying to figure it all out. And we should be able to. And then all we're doing is arguing. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I really hate to keep bothering you this, Lloyd, but we just can't come to an agreement on this.
John called me, and I guess the guys had a pretty big argument. We got to do something. So I want to take them to Home Depot because I have a little test that I know is going to convince them. By the end, they're going to have to say, we need to change packaging. All right, guys. So this is going to be the real test. Because when you don't see it in the store, you can't visualize how good or bad something's going to be. I want to take the original. I'm going to stick it right on here. I want you to take a walk around like you're walking down the aisle and you're a shopper. And then I want you to tell me, what's the first thing that you notice?
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
right, what'd you see first?
To be honest,
I see a lot of yellow.
yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Did you even notice yours?
It caught my eye.
At what point?
Not so confidently.
At what point? How many seconds
All
later?
right, yeah.
It didn't pop out like right away.
I got you.
It doesn't pop. So let's do the test again.
Yes.
Let's do another. Pop. So let's do the test again.
Yes.
Let's do another test. Let's see. Okay?
Let's go.
All right.
Okay. What do you think?
You know what?
What do you think? Okay. Honest,
You're right.
honest, true. When you came back around, which thing on this whole wall right here caught your eye?
This is the first thing I
I'm
saw.
buying this one.
That
I am
one.
too.
Yeah.
You are too.
I didn't actually, to be
Yeah,
honest with you,
it is.
you know what? I didn't even notice the yellow.
I get that you're afraid to change this because you don't want to lose who you've had, but gain who's coming.
Yeah.
And it's such bigger sales. Let's say we get into Home Depot. If it doesn't move, we're done.
Yeah.
Right? I feel confident. This is a great product. So if it pops and people see it, they're going to buy it. We're in the paint section. You have a paintbrush? You need a paintbrush cover. But not if you don't see it and not if you don't read it. Bam.
Now you think
What
about
is that?
This next to this looks like something from like the 1980s, like some kind of retro cover.
Oh my, you've come a long way, baby.
Take the shirt off, Mr. Calvin.
Oh, yeah.
Yay.
I'm definitely 100% behind the red right now. It really, really. Now I see the light.
We're decided?
All right,
Over the side.
You got it.
Yay.
It wasn't an easy path to get here, but we got here nonetheless. Now's the hard part. Getting it here, getting relabeling, new trademarks, new websites, everything.
Crazy,
But if there's one thing I know we can do, we can pull it. I'm seeing red right now.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Jump on.
Let's go, Friday. We're here in Rhode Island at the Emory Waterhouse Trade Show, and it's a relaunch of the new and improved paintbrush cover and roller cover. After all the hard work, long hours, all the money spent, everything we had to do to get it ready, we're going to get ourselves out there, and we're going to make sure that everybody knows the red labeling now. Out with the blue and in with the no.
I want you to start listening to the sales here,
Right?
guys. Listen to
Let's
the
go and start
sales.
selling.
All right, sounds good, Sal. Let's go.
Do it.
Sir, surely you've heard of the paintbrush cover before.
All you got to do is just put it in, snap it shut.
As you can see, it almost looks like it's a brand new brush.
But the best part is it's a clam shut. It goes right around the handle. It's literally that easy.
One of the many benefits of a trade show like this, it's a very wide spectrum. You have small stores, medium, and very, very large stores. So it just makes for a real, real good atmosphere. And we're selling covers, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, you got them in your store already. Oh, what am I saying? I can't even sell them because people have them already.
This whole rebranding was a huge learning experience for us. And after all the hard work, the long hours, all the money spent, everything we had to do to get it ready, it's unbelievable to see what we can accomplish in so little time.
The product is as solid as can be.
Right.
Let's sign right now. Okay, let's do it. You got it, Jay.
Safe travels back. Thanks, guys. Look forward to working with you.
I love these guys. And as they're sharp, I'm so happy that we have changed this packaging.
Spectacular.
We got into all the Home Depot stores nationwide. And once we get into every single hardware type store, we'll go international, we'll go everywhere.
Let's put the deal together right now.
This is something that I think we will sell for decades and decades.
All
right,
Building a business is not a 40-yard dash or a sprint to the finish line. It's a marathon. We know that this is just the beginnings of hopefully a long and successful and prosperous journey. We truly are family. There's nothing we wouldn't do for one another. And I cannot wait to see what's in store for the future of this company.
Let's go. Let's go.
Coming up.
We did not walk out with the deal. The hardest part is
I saw a comment here, and kind of interesting. Somebody said, this looks cool, but what's the deal? How many of you paid attention to what was said? I know some people were worried about the jerky video. You know, sometimes we see everything around us, but we can't pay attention to what's actually going on. I'm kind of glad that the video was jerky and you couldn't see it, because that brings up a very good point about sales. We don't even know what our own product looks like. How many of you have sat and actually, they were emotionally invested in a shitty design? That is so true. How many of you are emotionally invested in the app that you built in 1.0 2 years ago and can't break away? How many of you are emotionally invested in technology that is old and afraid to move to the new? How many of you can walk in that store and say, hey, let's write the contract? How many of you can sit down and make a decision? And too hard to build? What is too hard to build? How many of you can make a decision without arguing with yourself in your mind? How many of you have taken your apps, and I know a lot of you send them to me, and some of you put them in the group, but very few. How many of you actually go out and solicit advice and say, hey, does this look good or not? If you send it to me, I'm going to tell you if it doesn't look good. Okay? And I will tell you what does and what doesn't. I'm going to be honest with you. You've got to start being honest with yourselves. You've got to start being bold. You've got to start asking for the deal. I'm going to tell you, those guys didn't build that company sitting on their butt. And I know that's not a mobile app, but put yourself in that position. It doesn't care if you're selling toilet paper. Everything has a benefit. Did you hear them talking about the product when they were selling? Or did you hear them talking about the benefit of it closing and snapping tight with the little, excuse me, with the little liner around the end that wrapped around the little metal part for the roller? And did you see him when he stood on the little plastic thing to show the durability and the sustainability of the product? I never heard him once call that a plastic case. What I saw them do is explain the benefits of exactly how that product works. When you walk into a store and you walk in with your product, and I'm not talking about a PowerPoint presentation, which isn't worth the computer that you take it in on. I'm not talking about a notebook presentation that's not worth the paper that it's written on. I'm talking about walking in with the device that everybody in America has, a phone that you can sit there and demonstrate what the feature is and tell them the benefit of that feature. I want to ask this question real quick, and I've said this 1,000 times. Everybody, yeah, that's right. Show and sell, baby. That's what I'm talking. Show and sell. Show and tell, show and sell. What is the benefit of the click to call button? Everybody type what the benefit. We already know what the feature is. The feature is click to call. What is the benefit? What is the benefit of the click to call button? Everybody tell me real quick. I can see everybody tapping, everybody throwing it up there. Everybody rocking and rolling. While you're doing it, I'm going to try to find this other video real quick. When customer contact the business owner with one click, instant access, results for the tap, instant access to the business. Do it now, convenience. Don't have to dial the number, which nobody knows the number. And you need to say all those things when you're talking about that app. I heard somebody, or it was in the group, I can't remember, or maybe they emailed me or something, and they said, what is the reason for a digital business card or a mobile business card? And you guys have heard me say this time and time and time again. It's the rapid dissemination of information so people can contact and find the business with a simple click of a button. A paper business card cannot do that. Fumbling through your purse or your pocketbook cannot do that. Only the mobile business card can do that. Today we live in a fast-paced microwave world. We want it right now. Right this very instant. It's got to be right now. But then when you go through all of that, and you're going to see in this next video, you're going to hear in this next video how important asking for the deal is. I had one of my sales reps call me today, and he said, can you build this app for me? He said, I'm going to go deliver it today. I said, sure. He tried to sell this guy a year ago. And this sales rep is really good. He's very, very good. And he went in and tried to sell this store owner, and the guy told him, he said, I don't need it, I don't have the money. He said, it's a waste of time. The man called him yesterday and said, I need that product. He said, I was so embarrassed. He said, I was on the street and someone walked up to me and said, do you have a business card? And he said, I reached in my pocket, and he said, guess what? There was nothing there. Whether you believe it or not, that happens to business people every single day. What is the true benefit for your client, the business owner, the one that owns that store? What is the benefit of him having that card? The true benefit is, and I think it's Kenny Dutton that says it all the time, you can never lose it. And you will always have it to share. And y'all have to excuse me, my voice is just about gone. But you have to be able to convey that to those folks. How many of you heard the father tell the one man, let's write the deal right now? Let's do it right now. You've already sold him. He already knows the benefits. How many of you just go right out and just pull it out of the hat and say, let's write the deal right now? As my son used to say, here's the contract and here's the pen. Press hard 3 copies. And when they take that pen in their hand, the deal is done. If you've got to make your contracts in triplicate, you only need 20 or 30 of them a month, hopefully. So go get some every month. Get some made at the Staples, okay? Get them made at the Staples, and walk in there and use that same presentation. Hey, let's go ahead and get this done for you so we can get it delivered tomorrow. Here's the contract. Here's the pen. Press hard. There's 3 copies. That's hard to do. And be honest with yourselves. I want you to be honest with yourselves. And be honest with me. That's hard to do, isn't it? Isn't that hard to do? Isn't it hard to ask somebody for $349? Doesn't it just make you cringe when you walk in the door and they're standing there and you know that you're fixing to show them this awesome product that can change their business, that has every single benefit that it has? It's hard. And you walk in there and you say, gosh, man, I think to ask this guy for $349. You know what? If he's selling $1,200 TVs, he's going to walk up to you and ask you, do you want them to load up that $1,200 TV? I had someone ask me this morning, said, and I think I saw him on the call. Said, what if I make a deal if they buy 4, I give them the 5th one for free? How many of you, what is my motto? How many of you know my motto? What is my motto about free? I see Kenny Dutton tapping his fingers off. Nothing for free. Nothing is free. Soon as you give something, soon as you mention that word free, what did you just do? You just undervalued your product. You just dropped the value to nothing. If nothing has a value, now there's nothing wrong, okay, with including a $349 business card with their $1,200 a year coupon program. Yeah, it's a bonus. Change the name. Give nothing for free. Discount is a great term. John, I tell you what we'll do. If we can write this deal today, I'll give you 50% off every card after 4. He says, great, I've got 10 cards. So 6 of those cards he's going to get at $175. You didn't lose any money because it didn't cost you any more money to get those cards. Use different terms. That's right. If I gave you 30% discount on this, will you give me 30% discount on that Bugatti? Yeah, that's right. That's right. You know? Like James says, make me a deal. I've used this so many times, and I've lost a lot of deals because of it, but I've got pride. How many of you understand I've got pride in what I do? I've got pride in my work. I value my time, way more expensive than any of you value yours, okay? I value what I do. I place value in my product. I place value in the quality. I place value in every single thing I do. So I'm not giving anybody a stinking thing. And somebody just said this, make me a deal. Let me tell you something. There is no deal. When they ask you this, no matter where you're at, they say, hey, could you do that for $150 and you know you're selling it for $349? Okay? You know you're selling it for $349. If you're in a tire shop, walk into that tire shop and say, sure, I'll be more than happy to do that. Do you mind if I get these 4 tires? It's $400 for $200, and I'll go ahead and let you mount them today. Never, ever, ever let them take you to a place where you lose. How many of you want to be a loser in your business? It makes me want to puke. I'm going to be honest with you. It makes me want to throw up when people are struggling in their business and they're giving everything away just to make a sale. You're better off not making a sale. No matter what the product is. You cannot make a sale and make a profit if you're giving it away. And that's James ex-military. That's what I used to ask my boys when I made chief. You know, they say, Chief, can we do this? I say, what have you done for me lately? You know, what are you going to do for me to get off early Liberty tomorrow? What have you done for me lately? You see, in business, it's not always about them. Yeah, in our hearts, we want their business to grow. In our hearts, we want them to do well. In our hearts, we want them to be successful. But I'm going to tell you something. If you aren't successful, someone else will be servicing that account. And if you go out and give everything away and don't do like the Father says and says, let's make this deal today, you're not going to do it. You know? You're not going to. You're not going to do it. In this next video, how many of you run up against difficulties every day? Let's get off the first video. How many of you run up against difficulties every day? The house on fire, the house is flooded, the dog ate your homework, the kids got sick, you don't feel good, you got a headache, you lost your voice, the car won't start, there's no gas, I have no money, you know, snowed in. Snowed in. Every day. That's right, it's called life. There's an old saying, my grandfather used to tell me this all the time. He owned a dairy farm. And this was his saying every single day. I said, Grandpa, I don't want to go out and mend those fences today. My back hurts. And he looked me straight in the face. He said, son, shit happens. Get out there and mend those fences. You know, that's right, baby. Winners and losers go through the same thing. Winners just want it more. You don't see a football player standing on the sideline crying he wants to sit down. You see a football player with a broke leg standing on the sideline counting down the days till he gets back on the field. You have to make a decision, and I'm closing this business card training with this one reason. You have to make a decision tonight. You have to look in the mirror, and you have to decide if you're going to fail or you're going to succeed in the direction you're going. You have to make a decision if you want to hold them or you want to fold them. You have to make a decision, are you going to wake up tomorrow morning and get your butt on fire and walk out that door and start making sales, or are you going to keep on making excuses? We talked in the beginning of the year. The first of the year is almost over. We talked about making $1 million this year. Does everybody still want to make $1 million this year? My internet was down, but it didn't keep me from working. How about 2? How about 5? How about no limit? Then get off your butts and go to work. Tomorrow you should walk into those stores and you should say, here's the contract, let's make the deal. There's no reason not to. There's no reason not to. Let me line this up here. I'm going to put this on about 20 minutes, I think. Let's find it here, 21, 43. Let me start right here about 23. Let me finish over here about 23. I'm going to start these simultaneously, I hope. It'll be pretty close.
Toddlers struggle with straw cups, so we designed Lala Cup to eliminate all the challenges. Lala Cup's weighted straw keeps it in the liquid, so children can actually drink even when the cup is tilted.
I like the weighted straw idea because my little son all the time, doing this,
He's seeking a $100,000 investment for 15% equity stake in our company.
Why don't you throw another number back at me?
Would you be willing to do $100,000 for 40%?
I'm in. Done. All right.
Thank you.
We're going to be awesome.
I love the Lolica folks. Thought they were fully committed. And that's a beautiful sippy cup.
How are the orders coming along for today?
Really good.
Great. Immediately after Shark Tank, Lola Cup sales went through the roof.
All right, so for these, we'll just do a 997, like this size.
We were able to take the Lola Cup operations out of our living room and garage into a warehouse and office. Nice! And we were able to move out of our rental into a beautiful home.
Here you go. Drink some. But like any other small business, we've encountered many difficulties. We feel like our sales growth has slowed down a lot because of personal reasons. Come on and sit with us. When Hannah gave birth to our third girl, she became severely ill. We never really told our sharks about Hannah's condition and what we were going through because when you're in business, you have to make it through somehow.
It's kind of a big deal that Robert's actually coming to visit us in our home.
It'll be great to just pick his brain. Let's ask him everything.
Meeting with Mark and Hannah, like I do with all my entrepreneurs, I want to get an update. Sales doubled initially after Shark Tank, and now they've flatlined. I want to find out why.
Hi, Robert. I cannot believe you're here. It's so great to see you.
Robert, thanks for making the trip. Good seeing you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. We're really excited to, pick your brain again and kind of give you a snapshot of where we are. We have been growing for the past few years.
What were sales in 2000?
It was about 475,000.
Basically on the back of one product.
Right. In 2013, we hit a little bit of a snag personally. Our third child, she got severely ill. And,
The baby did?
yes. Well,
No,
Hannah
I
did.
did.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Well, so even as a newborn, my mom said I had sensitive skin, and it started as eczema. Apparently, the treatment is topical steroids, which really is an everyday thing. So that's what I did, and it shut down my adrenal glands. It affected my vascular system. Imagine just 100% raw skin, and
It was kind of like
it
a
was
burn
head
fixed
to
in.
toe.
So
It got to the point where I couldn't even wear clothes. I had to live in a bathtub. It's just the most bizarre condition, and it's so difficult to describe to people until I show photos.
I want to see the photo.
No describing.
So she was
Just be prepared.
she was lying in bed 2 in the morning
So
crying.
you can kind of see, this is how I progressed. I mean, I think month 9 was when I was at my
You
worst.
don't look, it doesn't look like you.
I know.
Oh.
I know.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, no. I know.
Wow, I can't imagine. Oh my God.
Yeah, thank you.
Swelled up, and then
Yeah.
I'm guessing this is the low point.
That was, I actually went to the
That was
emergency
the
room
day
because I
after
didn't know
Thanksgiving.
what to do.
My first reaction when you told me you had eczema didn't almost add up to me. It doesn't.
Right.
I would never think that until you showed me the pictures.
I'm just so grateful that I had Mark by my side to just handle not only the business, but just me and our 3 kids. It's almost as if they don't even remember my being sick, and that's because he was there. He was my rock.
I do believe there were times where she reached the lowest moment of her life, and we fought through it. And I knew there's no one else that's strong like Hannah that I think could endure that pain and make it through on the other end okay.
There were times where I was on an upswing, and I was just writing emails from my bathtub and still doing customer service.
Oh my gosh. I don't think people understand that having a business is like having another child.
Yeah.
It's a living, breathing thing. You don't have the luxury of saying, oh, hang on, my wife's sick, and it's so hard. We knew the Hannah and Mark business had stalled, but I wasn't sure why. I mean, the growth was there, but not as it was in previous years. So I was expecting to come here today, say, hey, what are you guys doing? You're not working hard enough, maybe, I don't know. But then you hear the entire story of they went through. I mean, with 3 girls depending on the success of this business, man, that's admirable. So 2013 happens.
Yes, we had just launched the second
What were the
product.
sales?
In 2013, we did about 810,000.
In the year with all the stuff going on, you almost doubled your sales.
Right? I mean,
During the time that I was ill, the company, it was still growing, but we couldn't really focus on getting those larger customers that we really needed, and our sales kind of plateaued or flatlined. So to help boost sales, we decided to launch our mealtime sets.
the mealtime set sales have been honestly a little slower than we'd like.
Did the sales grow in 2014? You went from 875 to...
Yes, so we're right shy under $1 million.
So it's not growing.
It's kind of growing, but not by very much.
So the good news is there's growth. The bad news is the growth slowing.
Right.
How do we get back on that fast growth?
Continue the product extension.
Well, yeah, we are actually in development with something that we're hoping to launch. We have some prototypes.
Who develops the products, Hannah?
So I come up with the products.
Okay. These are great. Do you worry about the fact that it's glass?
It's a special borosilicate glass. It's pretty durable. Doesn't mean it's unbreakable, but we've dropped it on our warehouse floor and it hasn't cracked.
Is it better than plastic?
It is in that there's just no chance of leaching chemicals when you heat it.
To me, this is an absolute home run.
We believe that our biggest customer should be Bye Bye Baby, the Bath and Beyond
That's
division.
what I was going to say.
I've been talking to her for 2 to 3 years.
Who are you talking to?
Higher, and she came into our booth a year and a half ago and said, "Enough is enough. I have customers asking why don't we carry the logo."
So why don't you close
I know. I know. I mean, I feel very confident when someone steps into my booth. If you cross that line, I think I got you.
Right. Except her.
We really just want to expand at a quicker rate.
So what do you think this year's sales will be?
I believe that we can do right at under $2 million.
You think you can grow 100%?
Yes. We just.
Is that plan based on adding Bedford?
Yes.
I'm a little nervous that the plan is based on a woman that you haven't been able to close.
Right.
Right.
You know, I've known you guys for a while now. I always feel like you're a little too nice. They've had a meeting with that buyer, and they've never asked for the order. Mark and Hannah are super nice people. But in business, you've got to go for the throat sometimes. One of the things I'm going to challenge you with is stop being so nice. Stop being so nice. It's your product. You love it. This is a business relationship. You're not dating her. You have a wife. You don't need more friends, Mark. You need customers.
I will tell you that printing the numbers and seeing this it makes me angry.
I want you to be angry, Mark. I mean, I friggin' want you to be angry.
We are.
No, but think about it. If anybody has more of a right to be angry, shouldn't it be you? You start this business, your wife gets ill, life throws a big curve for you. Don't take it lying down. You should be angry. You should be screaming from the rooftop, and those numbers are embarrassing to you. You should be screaming from the rooftop, and those numbers are embarrassing to you. Mark, if you're going to play this game, why not play to win? I can't believe you went through this pain to wake up one day and pat yourself on the back and say, oh, we're good. Forget good. Be great.
With the mealtime set, I was so ill, we didn't do any focus groups, didn't get feedback from moms. It's one of my biggest regrets, and so with the bottle, I'm going to be hosting a focus group, and I was hoping that you could attend how
I'd love
these
to.
parents are reacting.
What do? Do you just bring the moms in
So-
and show them the product?
For the past focus groups we've done, I've actually invited them to my home, so it's very personal
Wow,
and casual.
That's very authentic.
Yeah.
I love the idea of the focus groups. I love to attend.
Well, thank you for your time.
Thanks for spending some time with me.
Thank you.
Great update.
Thank you. I gotta give you a hug.
Yeah, oh my gosh. What a story.
All the pieces are there. I think we just need to figure out how to take that next step.
We're hungry.
We got tea.
All right, ladies, come on in. You can have a seat in our living room. Focus groups are important for us and our brand development because oftentimes it's just me and Mark in a warehouse and you don't know what's going on out in the real world. Like, what are moms buying? What are parents looking for? It will only help me make their products. Welcome. Good to see you.
I'm so excited about coming back for the focus group because I get to see actual buyers of the product. Wow, babies! Hi guys, I'm Robert. Plus, I get a room full of babies. And who doesn't love babies? I'll take this one. Alright, so this is the focus group. Are these real moms or are these stage moms?
Nice. These are real moms. I reached out to some local mommy and me classes. Some are friends, some are friends of friends.
Okay, great.
All right, let's have a seat. I don't know that we're gonna start. He hasn't seen a baby in a long time.
Sorry.
All right. Well, you kind of know that we currently have a Lolica. Last year launched a mealtime set. So the reason we're picking your brain is we are hoping to launch a baby bottle, and we have some prototypes that we want to show you. We're doing glass baby bottles, and this is sort of our concept packaging. Really fun. It's a pretty basic anti-colic nipple.
This is really cute.
It's fun for mom to look at. It's fun for kids to look at.
Look, Anna. Perfect customer.
When you go and shop at bottles, you see a lot of education about the fact that the system is anti-colic. Look at this packaging, and I think it's an adorable bottle. But you haven't highlighted and called out the fact that it's comparable to your system, so I would call that out.
That's great feedback, yeah. In the focus group, I'm learning that we need to go back to the drawing board on our packaging. I didn't communicate very clearly that our glass baby bottle has an anti-colic venting system that's turning out to be something that parents are really looking for.
If I wanted to sell you more stuff, is it easier for me to sell you more stuff by only having one product on the shelf or having multiple boxes of different things? Maybe the answer to double sales is not one product growing by 8%. Maybe the answer is 10 products, each growing by 6% market share. We all thought that the path to growth was selling more of one SKU. What we learned today was that perhaps that path can be achieved differently with 5 to 10 different products. I believe that we can hit the $2 million mark. There's so much opportunity here.
Well, thank you again for your time and all your feedback. I mean, seriously, this has been invaluable to us.
Thank
It's
you.
been great.
Nice to meet you. Thank you. You want the baby back? Okay. All right. Yeah, nice to meet
This
you.
is Sophia.
Hi, Sophia. Nice to meet you.
I think it's important that Robert can see kind of the human side of our business, not just numbers and figures and emails that we send him on a weekly basis. Gives an emotional connection. I think that means a lot to us because this business is emotional. It's our lives. So when you see a La La Land product on the shelves, that's our heart and soul being poured into it.
Bye.
Keep selling low cups.
We will.
Got it.
Bye.
Mark and Hannah got to get back on the fast track. They've got to sell more, and they've got to close big retailers. Now, it's all about execution. I have a ton of
things to do today?
Today we're back at our office and warehouse after meeting with Robert and a really important focus group for us where we got feedback for our baby bottles. So one thing I wanted to touch on with Phil regarding the packaging was really highlighting the anti-colic nipple.
If you can break it down better, they'll probably call it out in the packaging.
You know, some of the moms suggested doing one Lala cup and one mealtime set as a pack in terms of packaging. I need to make sure that we can get a mock-up of that done. We're really excited and much more confident about expanding our product line.
Just based on Lala Cup numbers alone, our company size is not very big. And so we know that we need to hurry up this bottle to market. All right.
I'm really nervous about how they'll react to the bottle. Today we're meeting with one of our most important retailers, Right Start.
Hi.
It's good to see you.
Good seeing you. You know, we put our entire life savings into this business. We put our house on collateral. So we really need that purchase order bottom line.
We're here today because we have a new product and we wanted to show it you first. I mean, you're one of our most important accounts and hopefully you'll place an order.
Definitely, love to see it.
So this is the Lala Land glass baby bottle now that we're coming out with.
There is a lot of glass bottles out there in the marketplace, and it's a competitive field for us right now. How is the nipple venting system different than other glass bottles that are out there?
It is an anti-colic nipple. When the child is sucking like this and it pulls, it still vents all the air that's in the bottle.
I love the outside of the bottle. It's very bright green. Is it
great.
going to come in colors?
Yes.
Yes.
Knowing our customers, this is a bottle that they probably will buy. It is something that's different with the artwork that's on the outside of it, and I think it will do well. We'll see what we can do as far as getting you some shelf space.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks again. Bye, Jenny.
I'm excited. I just can't wait to get this product in front of everyone's eyes. So that way,
Yeah.
I'll follow up with them in about a week.
Okay.
And onward to the next customer. There were times early on in the business, I had a hard time looking in the mirror to just look at myself and say, man, you're risking all this. You got little kids sleeping in the bed in the next room, and you're not even sure if you can even pay next month's rent. But I think we're on our way. I've started looking in the mirror.
We got a purchase order from Right Start, and Robert will be happy to know that we got a purchase order from Bye Bye Baby as well. I'm just so grateful for Robert sharing his wisdom and knowledge with us. It's just been really inspiring. I sort of have that renewed sense of motivation, and I hope that we can meet our lofty goals in the next year by just pounding the pavement.
It's a long
I need to think for a second that they had to overcome a few things. How many of you think for a second that they went through some things and they could have said, let's just stop. I can't do it anymore. His wife literally sat in the bathtub soaking in whatever she was soaking in with a laptop continuing to work. He was taking care of the children, running a company, and they never lost money. Does that seem amazing to any of you guys? Does that seem like that would be you? Is that something that you would personally do, is overcome all the obstacles and continue to go for it? It's an amazing. I'll be honest with you. Every time I watch it, I muted my microphone because every time I watch it, it makes me cry. Because I ask myself, how many times did I let something so simple, so minute, and something so stupid stop me from doing what I needed to do? You never heard them make one excuse. You heard them say that they persevered and they overcame, and they almost apologized for it. You know, they almost apologized for it. that, yeah, I'm sorry, our company did not grow like it should have, you know? But how many of you heard what Robert said? How many of you heard what Robert said? Get tough. Get mad. How many of you, you don't have to say how many apps you sold. What is today? Tuesday? Since last Monday, how many of you have sold at least one app a day? So that would be 7, 8. How many of you sold 9 apps since last Tuesday? Just say yes or no. How many of you sold 9 apps since last Tuesday? I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask you a question that he asked them. When you go to bed at night, does that just not absolutely chap your butt and make you angry? Knowing that there are people who are out doing that, don't that just absolutely turn your toenails up and make you want to run through a wall somewhere to make the pain go away? When you take on something, and I loved what he said, and you guys have to get this passionate about your business. You have to be this passionate. That smartphone in your hand and that technology that runs through it that you create, that's your baby. When I design something and it turns out just the way I wanted it to, I take so much pride in that. I feel so good about it. I send it out to people all the time, just so I can hear them saying, this is just a little egotistical. Man, that looks good, Kerry. There's nothing wrong with being a little egotistical. There's nothing wrong with going over the top. There's nothing wrong about being proud of what you do. How many of you are proud of what you do? How many of you are proud? Let me ask you this. How many of you are proud that you're in the mobile marketing business? The fastest growing business in the world today. How many of you are proud that you are a part of the technology that is changing businesses' lives every single day? How many of you are truly proud of what you create? How many of you will be proud enough when you get off of this call tonight to sit down behind your computer and say, is my packaging right? Is my buttons in the right spot? Do I have the things that are selling, or am I convoluting everything and making everything so difficult that I can't sell it? You know? I mean, how can you get any simpler than what we have? I mean, think about this for a second. Think about this for a second. You literally have the tools in your hand to go out this year without question and put $250,000 in the bank. You have the opportunity to be able to do that. You have the opportunity to be able to do those things. James, I don't know who you are, buddy. Let me see. Isn't it amazing how technology it is? I just got rid of James with the click of a button. James is gold. That's why I like technology. James can go. You know what? James can go fail somewhere else. You know, James can go fail somewhere else. There's always an ass in the crowd somewhere, but I tell you right now, he ain't gonna hang out with me. But listen to what I'm telling you. We are all in this together. There's nothing that we together can overcome. There is nothing else that we need to do but stay focused and get tough. And stop letting other people, like the Jameses in the world, steal your dream. You know, there's enough dream stealers out there. How about getting on board tonight? How about getting on board tonight and doing what the successful do? You can hop, you can jump, you can do anything you want to do. But you better follow the path of success to the top of the mountain and get tough. Ask for the deal. Go through the obstacles, overcome, and succeed. Do you not think that that young couple is proud of what they've done? Do you think the family on the first video is not proud of what they've done? I can tell you right now, they are very proud of what they've done. Very, very proud of what they've done. I can tell you that right now. Together, we could be proud together. Together, we could overcome. Together, we can all succeed. Are there any questions about tonight's training? The focus of where I have come from. By the way, someone sent me, and I don't know if they're in this group, but I just want to say thank you. Some oatmeal cookies dribbled with some kind of stuff on top of them that's absolutely amazing. Some kind of candy or something. And it didn't have a name on it or anything. It just said, thank you for all you do. And they were in my mailbox. So if it was one of you, because I talk about cookies all the time, I greatly appreciate it. And I appreciate the anonymity, but I would have loved to thank you personally. But I do thank you for those wonderful cookies. I was eating them during the show. Any questions at all on the digital business card? Anything I need to answer? And let's stick with the mobile business card. Tomorrow night, we're going to get into the coupon app. I'm going to show you some stuff tomorrow night that's going to blow your shorts away. And tomorrow night, we're going to get deep into that. There's already money being made. Unless it was fried chicken. It wasn't me and Sally. Kenny and Sally know I love that fried chicken. We talk about that every night. Anybody have a question? I'd be more than, this is a Q&A period. I'm going to answer questions. I know training was a little bit different tonight, but I wanted to open your eyes. I wanted to open your eyes to the future and get off the past. I see some people typing here. Ask away tonight. This is the opportunity to be a part of the question and answer session. Has everybody enjoyed the digital business card session? The what we've been doing with the digital business cards individually? No, there's no difference. Exact same buttons. Everything's the same. We're going to go completely into the real estate agent app. In about a month. Completely into the real estate agent app business card. Next question. Ask away. Don't wait till this training's over, because I'll never come back. I'm kidding. You guys can't get rid of me. I've been doing this for 3.5 years. Yep, I can. Did I record that? Is that the one that did not record? Is that the one that did not record about hiring a sales rep? I think that one recorded. We had one that did not record. I'm going to have to go back and look and re-record that one. I have not done that yet. I was continuing to have trouble with the system, and I wanted to make sure that that was up. I don't remember either. I do so much of this stuff. Let me move this here. Let me change this. I'm going to do this. Well, let me just do this. You know, and I know why you're asking that, DJ. Yeah, I want of each of the phones. That's honestly the best way to do it is put it in the group and ask the group to test it and what phone they've used. I've seen many people do that so many times, and they will pretty much there will be enough variety in phones that they will tell you if it looks okay. There's a big need for DBCs everywhere. Kenny, could you do me a favor, buddy? Type my email address at listen, I will evaluate your apps. Just don't be upset if I evaluate it and tell you to make changes, because I will. Kenny, if you could type my email address. What you're going to do, Tom, are you still on here, buddy? Thank you, Kitty. Is Tom Miles still here? Tom Miles. Okay, I see him typing. Okay, I'm going to go into test app 47. And I'm going to put I'm not sure if this has a join our list on it or not. Yes, it does. Tom, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here and you can see that I put my mouse over test app 47. And it is instantappwizard.com/test app 47/subscribe. I'm going to right click on this link. Okay. I'm going to right click on this link right here. And I'm going to say copy link address. Now I'm going to back out of this. Now this is what I'm doing. Tom wants to put the join our list button to his platform on all of his sales reps app so that the join our list goes into his platform and not into his sales reps. So now I'm going to come back and I'm going to go into Gafai Shafashi Shafa. Okay. I'm going to go into this app and the app name is Shafashi Divishasha. Okay. So I'm going to go into this app. I'm going to go into content. And I'm going to go to link to web pages and phone numbers. I'm going to add a new link. And I'm going to call this, whatever, join our list. I'm going to change the link icon to, let's say, people. And we'll take the people multiple here. And I'm going to come down here and I'm going to select link to website. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to paste my link, the instantAppWizard.com/testapp47/subscribe, and I'm going to hit save. Now I've got to join our list here. Now I want to make sure that it's on my home page. And you can see the join our list button that we created here. So let me come up here to links and turn off this join our list. Move this one to the top. Okay. This is now linked. Let me save it. The Gabajaja is now linked to Test App 47. Did everybody get what I did there? I just cross-pollinated two apps, taking a link off of one, making a link on the other. And the reason Tom wants to do that is he wants to be able to control his list in his own platform instead of building multiple lists with all of his sales reps that he's building. Tom Miles is a student of mine for 3.5 years now. Been through the ups and downs, hadn't we, Tom? Tom will be the first to tell you I don't cut no corners when it comes to success. I'm going to tell you like it is, and if you don't like it, I'm sorry. If you do like it, I hope it helps you. But I will promise you I will never steer you wrong. Any more questions? I'll be more than happy to show you anything here that helps you with your business card. Anything at all. You should have told him that, Tom. That's a secret. They all think I'm nice and sweet. That was pretty good, buddy. I would only tell you that if I loved you. Next question. Next question. We'll go about another 5 minutes here or so if the questions. Yeah, I've got a big head. I'll be the first to tell you. I'm going to talk about that here right at the end of the training, Eli. Thank you for bringing that up. I am going to discuss that. Your reseller site. Okay, let me go in here. I've got to go into I don't know if this is let me log out of here. I don't think I have a normal site, but I can show you. Give me 1 second. I'm going to show you where you go to do that. By the way, this is the new coupon apps. If I haven't showed you this, we're going to be going over this tomorrow night. I'm pretty proud of this. This is the actual directory. And I'm building the actual coupon app now, but this is going to be the actual directory. And tomorrow night I will show you what my coupon. Now I'm not telling you have to do it this way, but let me tell you a little story about what I got from my training tonight. Remember what Lori did on that packaging? My colors have always been blue and black. I've always been that way. Please explain the marketing potential of the V card. Give me 1 second of that, and I will be more than happy to answer that. When Lori was talking about reds and yellows and how it popped off the shelf, okay, I'll talk about the V card. When Lori was talking about the yellows and reds popping off the shelf, I immediately went in and I started changing the colors and looking at my own product, what will make it pop. And one thing I always do when I build other people's apps is I always make them pop. But I seem to forget about that when it comes to my own stuff. So I changed up the coupon, I changed up the logo, I put the red and the yellows in there. I put, you know, the yellows on the buttons, so everything pops off the app. When couponapps.com is nationwide and people see my app, they will know without question that that's a what? That is the directory for their town for coupon apps. And I hope when I start traveling that I will see your coupon apps out there and I can take advantage of those specials. So let's talk about the V card. Yeah, but you know what I do with that, Janine, is I go in and I pull out the most minute colors. Maybe that entire card is, I'll give you a prime example. I did a card that was all browns, but on that card was a piece of jewelry. And on that piece of jewelry, it had some greens and pinks and blues around the jewelry. If you didn't pay attention to it, you couldn't even tell it was there. I did not make the links and everything, the browns and the blacks. I made the links and I pulled the colors off the little jewels on the jewelry. And what that did is that focused, and it literally brought that jewelry, because that's what they were actually selling. It brought that jewelry right off the page, and it still color matched the entire card. It was really, matter of fact, the person I built the card for, they called and said, we'd have never saw those colors on that card if you would not have done that. Never saw it. Oh, I'm sorry. Heck, that's what I was going to do, wasn't it? sorry, DJ. Dang. I got wrapped up in my card there, didn't I? Let's go to the control panel. I told you I'm passionate about what I do. Go to website. I'm sorry. Go to app branding. This is changed up a little bit. And right here is where you set that up. You put your company name, you go to manage, app branding. This used to be in the other spot, and when they changed up the website, it changed a little bit. So go to app branding, and right here, you're going to put your company name, a description of your company, your call button text, and your call button. Okay? So go to manage. It's now under app branding. It used to be under the website section. Go under app branding and just fill out the information and hit save, and that will save the information on the bottom of your card. Did that help you, DJ? Manage, app branding, fill, and save. Next question, and I will talk about the V card. I won't forget that. You bet. If it doesn't work, just shoot me an email or a text, and I'll be more than happy to look at it for you. I see you guys answering all the questions on the V card. Is everybody that asked the questions about the V card? Thank you, DJ. Is everybody that's asking the questions about the V card see what they're talking about? And Janine just brought up an exceptional point. The V card is probably one of the most important tools that you can explain the benefit, and what a great benefit that is that Janine just put up there. And I'll be honest with you, I never even thought about that, but that is a huge selling tool. That is a phenomenal benefit of the V card. People always transfer their contacts. The V card is no more than a downloadable piece of code that goes into the address book of the phone. And when you go in and you fill out the V card, let me go over here real quick. I can never find my mouse on this stupid computer. There it is. When you go into the V card, you want to put as much information as you possibly can. Leave off if they've got a business name, and I never put this in there. You did. You did. That's right. You're not only an awesome baker, but you're a genius. And I've never thought about that. But I do that too. I take my old phone and I make sure they transfer everything. That is a genius idea. That is a genius selling point. Believe it or not, I get most of my stuff from you guys. If you've got a business name, do not put a first, last name, and job title in there. Leave it the business name. Okay? This is the downloadable information when they click on V card that will download into their phone book so that that information is always there. But this is the most important thing that you need to do. See right here where it says website? And I will argue this till the cows come home. Okay? Get the website address of the app. All you got to do is copy it and paste it. This is another big benefit of the V card. Kenny, when they download the V card, they may not always have the icon on their phone because, as you know, we're always taking information off of our phone to make room for more apps and just to clean up our phone. But with the V card, they will always have your link at the tip of their fingers and the click of a button on their phone, never, ever, ever losing your business card again. And you open up that V card, you download it into his phone, you open it up and you show him, you click on that link to show them that they truly never, ever will lose their business card. Very important benefit. Very important benefit. Do not put their company website here. Always put their app right here. Nothing else. Nothing else. Okay? And just fill out all the information and it's going to download into their phone. Next question. Did that answer it for the V card? I'm going to talk about that tomorrow night, and I'm going to surprise you what I'm going to do. If someone has text opted in, but changes phones and no longer has your app on their phone, I am assuming that as long as they have not changed their phone number, they will get your text alerts. That's absolutely right. As long as they do not change their phone number, they will get your text alerts. Guaranteed every time. Next question. What if they delete the DBC on their home screen? That's why the list is so important. Building that list that we've been talking about now for 3 years, spending that $15 on that phone number and those 500 text messages is absolutely the most important thing you can ever do. Why? It's not about the app. It's not about how good it looks. It's not about the buttons that are on the app. It's not about anything else except keeping that link, that URL of that app in front of the customer every time your business owner wants to do that. Always. The most important thing you can do is get your client into the marketing platform. Without it, the chance of you re-signing him next year is slim and none. It's in their contact list if they downloaded the V card. That's why it's important for you to show them the benefits, show the features and explain the benefits of the digital business card. Of any app. It doesn't matter how many buttons you got on there. If you put a button on there, let me talk about the button thing for a minute. And all of you know I hate a bunch of buttons. It drives me crazy. Nothing drives me crazier than a bunch of buttons on an app. Absolutely just drives me crazy. Okay? If there is no benefit to that button on that app, they just don't need a feature to make it look good. Does that make sense? If there's no benefit to the button that's on the app, then they do not need that feature showing. Good night, Janine. Good night, Diego. Love you guys. Thank you so much. We're fixing to wrap it up in about 5 minutes. You're going to hear me say goodbye. Any more questions? Okay, let's talk about the consultation trainings that I'm going to hold. I will be putting out an email and I will be putting out a post in we've got a video that's specifically on Stripe. Just type Stripe in YouTube and you will find it. Tells you exactly how to set it up, step by step. And Stripe also has good instruction. All you do is follow the instructions when you go to stripe.com, create your account, and it walks you right through it. You can use PayPal if you want to. I don't like PayPal personally. I used to use PayPal. When I started using Stripe, I haven't used PayPal since. You don't have to use anything. That's correct. You don't have to use anything. And Mark, it's good to see you, buddy. It's good to have you back. You can go to, and it's better off you do this instead of me enable you. You can go to our YouTube channel and search for Stripe, and it will come up, and it will take you right to the video. There's two things I don't believe in doing. I don't believe in enabling people, and I don't believe in making it happen for people. Thank you, Mark. It's good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in so long. I hope you're well. And obviously you are. You would not be in training tonight. I've missed you, buddy. Do you take a copy of the contract provided and get copies made? No. Why is Stripe better than PayPal? Because I do not have to click a button. I don't have to do anything. It automatically transfers every 48 hours right into my checking account. The fees are the same. It's easier to use, and there's many more applications that you can use it with. Did I make sales for you? No. I highly recommend that your contracts that you're using, that you use a multiple page contract. I highly recommend to either a double or a triple copy. Highly, highly recommend. I charge $29 per app if I build them for you. And if you put more buttons on it than the digital business card, there's a small charge for that. Just email me and I'll be more than happy to send you pricing for that. Kerry at instantappwizard.com. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. I'm starting to do a lot of people's apps. I don't like, ever since PayPal and Amazon split, man, I just don't care for them. Go to Staples and or what is the other place? There's Staples and I'll send it to you, Mark. Office Max, that's the other one. Office Max or Staples. And they will do small orders right there for you. They will make them. Kinko's will also do them. That's right. We don't have Kinko's around here, I don't think. Maybe we do. Staples and Office Max are everywhere. I don't know. 60 cents maybe. 35 cents, 50 cents. I don't know. It's so much a page. Probably 10 cents a page. Thank you, Tom. Have a good one, buddy. Love you, man. Any more questions? Yeah, Kerry can roll some apps out. That is true. I believe there is. Let me show you what y'all want me to show you what I use for my contract. See this form right here, this V card form? That's my contract right there. Does anybody know why that's my contract? Yes, I will. Does everybody know why I use this right here for my contract? Anybody? Because it's the exact order I know the information in, and there's nothing that's not here that I don't need. On the bottom of that, I put 4 social media links. And at the bottom of that, I put the price and a signature box that says they agree to what I'm doing for them. Sign it and rock and roll. Next question, real quick, and I'm going to talk about the training. One more question, and I'm going to talk about the training. Thanks, Mark. Love you too, buddy. How many like the training? Everybody liked the training tonight except James, who I kicked out of the training. I hope you enjoyed it. Yep, I'm a simple person. You don't find no simpler than Kerry Miller, I promise you. There you go. I don't like it. I love it. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. All right, guys, let me talk about the consultation training that I'm going to do. I was going to do it with 5 people, okay? But I'm not going to do it with 5 people. I'm only going to do it with 3 people at a time. The consultation will last as long as we need it to, and it will start on Tuesday night. It's going to start in about 2 weeks. I've just got to get everything scheduled and ready to go. What did you miss? If you just now come in, buddy, you missed the whole show. The consultation will be 3 people only per week. Okay? You need to go to consultation, but it ain't Kerry's consultation. 3 people at a time. I'm going to send out a form, and I'm in the process of making it up. It'll go out in the next couple of days or so. You're going to fill out that form, and you're going to email it back to me. Now, if you're soft-hearted, don't want your toes stepped on, and afraid to speak in front of 2 other people about your business, then this isn't going to be for you. This would be no different than if you walked into my office and said, Kerry, here's $250, give me an hour. And you sit across the table from me, and I'm going to tear everything you're doing and break it down, fix the stuff that needs to be fixing, get rid of the stuff that you don't need, and help you make money. If you want to be a part of that, we're going to start in about no more than 3 weeks, but hopefully just a couple of weeks. I've just got to get a couple more things together. I've already started working on it. Okay? There will be 3 people per session. Everybody will have a chance to get 1 session first. And then if we do a second round, it'll be more than 3 people. We'll probably bring 6 people in at a time. Okay? Just to work out the final bugs. It's free. I'm not going to charge anything. I charge $250 an hour. If you call me and say, Kerry, consult me for an hour over the phone, I've got a system on my computer that the clock starts, and it starts set at $250 an hour, billed in 15-minute increments. And I have done that. And it doesn't hurt my feelings at all. And I'm pretty cheap, to be honest with you. Should have went up in 2016, but I didn't. But I'm not going to charge you anything. We're going to bring in 3 people at a time, and we're going to talk about your business, and I'm going to consult you on your business and help you. I'm here to help you because I love you, and we're going to work it out together. I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to ask you pointed questions. Please have a microphone because we're going to converse. We're going to talk. You're going to be able to see me on camera. You're going to be able to see my face. Why would I do it? Because I care. That's why I'm going to do it. I'll probably be in a t-shirt and blue jeans, but you're going to have to deal with it. Absolutely. Absolutely. It may be as simple as me telling you to get off your butt and go to work. You know, sometimes it is. I've told people they're lazy. You know, awesome. You don't get this from any platform. You will never have anybody consult. I'm going to tell you right now, nobody's going to train. I've been here 3.5 years. Nobody's going to give you training for 3.5 years. Every time something changes. I'm also working, I should know something in the next couple of days. I'm working with FreshBooks to put together a special deal, especially for our group. I was on the phone with Sense today, and he's putting everything together, and we should know something on that in just a couple of days. And that's FreshBooks. That's the platform I use to bill, to do recurring payments, to do everything with. And yes, it is mobile compatible. I do have a face for radio. You're right, Mark. Any more questions? I want to thank everybody for coming out. I do apologize for James, whoever that was. I thank you for your support in helping to get rid of him. With technology today, that will not be tolerated. And if you're going to come to the trainings to do that kind of stuff, please don't come. You know, don't come. But thank you so much. I love you. I appreciate you. And together, we will climb Mount Everest and plant that flag of success right on the top. Good night. Thanks so much. And we're going to continue to rock and roll.